Hello again. I'm back. I need to talk about something again. I mean, I probably know what this video is about by just reading the fucking title, but like, I didn't want to make another video like this so soon. I only just got done talking about the new premium that is going to be added to Sweden, but this is so much worse, and I need to talk about how they could have done it and how this is like so terrible for the player base in general. Like, I really need to, but I also need to. So let me just begin. So in case you have no fucking clue what this is about, if you actually are a new player to War Thunder, or if you just found my channel, hello. But basically, I'm going to be discussing an issue with War Thunder and one of the current changes that they are going to be implementing, apparently, in the near future. One of those changes are, in fact, going to be the research bonuses that you get for every single faction. We've just had a period of testing for 7 days, they said, and I think the takeaways that the company has about this project, these tests that they conducted on the player base, holy shit, how fucking scummy could you be? Genuinely. Okay, I'm not sure exactly where these decisions come from, so I can't necessarily just blame the devs, because that's ignorant regardless. However, I want to shoot the person who made this decision. From reading the article on Gaijin's website, they say that now they're going to be adding the research bonuses, and those bonuses will happen for the first 3 games for every country, which I believe is 8 countries, 7, 8 countries in the game currently. So you'll be getting like 27 battles, where you get a flat double research boost to whatever tree, right? The problem with this is that apparently, I don't like, because this is conflicting. The article says that the research bonuses will start being given once you have researched and purchased a single top tier vehicle. Can be a helicopter, can be a ship, can be an aircraft, can be a tank. Doesn't matter. Once you've researched and purchased a vehicle at top tier of what is currently available, then you will get research bonuses for every other country. Why? Why do this in this way when the grind, the first grind that you do for your first fucking country matters the most? This research bonus would have been more useful if you were able to utilize said research bonus for your first grind, as that grind will be the filter, right? Players who are new to the game, they will decide if they like the grind or not. And being a free-to-play game, grind is a very, very common way of making your game content last some, like, a considerable amount of time, right? And here, the double research bonus only gets applied after you've gotten like a top tier tank. And so we're just ignoring all the time a new player could be potentially spending trying to get to that point. I am honestly flabbergasted on how anti-consumer this really is. Because the player is being forced... the player is being forced to get top tier to have more research per battle as a reward. Even though that should just be a flat rate regardless. Because the grind is long and arduous and you want as much help as you can get, really. At least that's my opinion anyway. But if players don't end up playing the game until they get a top tier vehicle, they'll never get those bonuses. Ever. They need one top tier vehicle in one country on one tree. Researched and purchased. So if they hate the game and they don't do well, loads of people will be turned off. And you'll have a much harder time getting new people in. Now here's a suggestion. Why not just make it a flat rate all the time, double. Double for every single fucking tier. I don't know why ranks 1 and 2 get excluded from this. It seems really silly. But you have more RP to spend on vehicles and to get from battles so that it makes your grind easier, right? I know that at some point they want to control how much a player can potentially get, because there are also boosters to contend with that you could apply yourself, and there's also other boosters that players could apply for the entire team. So I'm talking about the 10% all allies boosters, right? And what if people playing a squad, right? Performance generally improves if people play with friends that they know from wherever for the same game, because they're able to communicate effectively. But this is egregious, because you're forcing players to go all that length to get a vehicle that would have been easy to get if you just played a flat rate. And what about for other countries? Like, now you get what you've, you know, once you've not gotten that 100% up until top tier, now that you've gotten that bonus for the first 3 games, now those first 3 games really fucking matter, and you always need to play with a squad to be efficient. You know what should have been done? If you were able to have, for example, because there are multiple trees and there are quite a few unique vehicles in, for example, Italy and Sweden and stuff like that. If you had multiple trees researched, and if you had researched and bought a top tier tank or plane or vehicle or whatever in multiple trees, that bonus would end up increasing for every single tree that you got up to that point. What I'm basically saying, the more top tier vehicles that you have researched and bought, the higher the bonus RP you would eventually end up getting. Like 25% or maybe even 50% more every single country, which could end up being like 750% at the end of the day. Flat rate. Because then that would make the grind a lot easier and less tedious, because let's be fucking real, the amount of times that we're going to be ending up researching the same vehicle multiple times is frustrating. And so, if you don't want to play the vehicle because, you know, I imagine you kind of want to play the unique vehicles in the unique country, you could just outright skip them and move on to the next one. Happily, without worrying about having to do well in every single fucking game, especially when teammates aren't that reliable. Random teammates. Not squad mates, but random teammates. They're not that reliable. So, why not have that bonus keep slightly increasing for every tree that you get top tier, that you end up getting top tier on, because then that compounds and continuously rewards you for the time that you've spent on the game, and for the dedication, the loyalty that you have for said game and said company. That at least should be respected. I definitely know that there are still quite a lot of players who've been playing since 2012 who are still playing this fucking game right now. Sure, they won't necessarily benefit from the bonus, but it would make it so that newer players won't have to go through all of that terror and won't have to use up all their blood, sweat, and tears to get one fucking vehicle when they often struggle at getting consistent battles, especially at top tier, where everybody just quits after one death because they can't be fucking arsed, right? I heavily disagree with this, to be honest. Like, I like the idea. The idea was very good. The execution was abysmal. Because you're dangling these fucking keys saying, yeah, look, we're going to give you a bonus. We will, but only after your first major grind has been done. So, I would say that as of right fucking now, if this is to be believed, again, reading off the article, just play a smaller tree. This is the thing that makes playing the 3 major factions disadvantageous to you. right? It'll make it harder to grind them because there's more to do before you get the bonus. But once you get the bonus, it gets applied to every country. So you may as well grind a tech tree like Japan or China or Israel, right? And then do maybe Italy, Britain, Russia, Germany, and USA. At least right now, before the tech trees get filled. Because then that'll actually be better for your mental health and for your time. So, I mean, apart from that, like, I don't know. I felt that my suggestions have been really, really fucking good. But apparently, yeah, it'll only be active if you've researched and bought it, which means you can actually just play it. Apart from that, I don't know, man. Like, it just forces you to buy more stuff because apparently it doesn't count for premium vehicles, which is fair, but at the same time, it's not. Because, like, I buy a premium vehicle, so I don't get the bonus. Again, does not help your grind. You will still need to spend the same amount of time to get to that point, to then unlock the bonus, which still makes it so that you basically need to pay money, and at least a little bit, to help with your grind. Why can't this just not be more free-to-play friendly? Why does this have to be such a fucking slog all the time? I don't get it. At the very least, they've acknowledged that, especially at higher tiers, where the game just ends basically instantly, as soon as it started, if you end up not getting anything, if you're that unlucky that you're not quick enough to get any points, no assists, no kills, no captures, not even any deaths, not even any hits on the enemy or on yourself, and you've got 0 score, it will in fact not end up using your research, you know, your bonus battles or whatever, right? Because you have 3 of them at the beginning of every day, and it resets at midnight at GMT. So if you get nothing in a game, it will not end up using one of those bonuses, and you will still have 3 to then use, which is at least something. But I don't see why this could not have just been applied regardless. It would have made it easier. It wouldn't have... It means that basically you wouldn't necessarily feel the need to buy a premium because you need it to grind. You buy a premium for like, oh, okay, I'll just buy a premium because, you know, I like the game. That is how it should be treated. If at most you want some way to get money to help players grind or to feel like they need this to grind, that's why premium account is there. You know? Because it doubles your research and almost doubles your Silver Lion gain as well. So they should be good enough with premium, but it's still not quite enough. It does make it easier. It makes it easier by a considerable margin, but it's not quite enough. You know? Especially when, if you're going to be paying for a premium account, you're still going to be losing out on, for example, crew XP. Because if you have a premium vehicle, it doubles all research with whatever the crew gets. And obviously double the research to mean more crew points per battle and shit like that. You should have just applied it all the way through. I don't understand why you couldn't. Maybe I'm missing something, honestly. Maybe I'm not. I missed something and I didn't read it. And in which case, fine. I'll accept that I was wrong about things. But from what I'm seeing, it's really cumbersome to get to the point where you have a slightly easier time getting newer vehicles. And at that point, it doesn't matter because you've already done the biggest potential grind that you'll ever do. So if you want my advice, play a smaller tech tree once these get introduced. If you're a newer player and you see this, play a smaller tech tree. Pick China. Pick Japan, right? Play through them. Get top tier. And then start to do USA, Germany, or Russia. I would personally say USA. It is genuinely the best. But for fuck's sake, please do not become a goddamn cast main. I swear to God, I will rip your throat out. Anyway, that's it from me for this video. I don't want it to become all negative. And yeah, here I am being negative. But like, again, this is another topic that I really wanted to talk about, so here I am talking about it. I think because I'm already thinking about War Thunder again now, I'm just probably gonna cut my holiday short. I'm probably gonna stop tomorrow and start making content again. Like, I already got through half the fucking week without thinking about it. Oh God. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. Content resumes tomorrow, right? I'll get some videos sorted out and shit. But for now, that's gonna be it from me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my opinions. If you have a different opinion, put it in the comments below. If you think I've missed anything, point that out to me as well. And I'll see you the next time. Cheers.